Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Ways down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for
Hello, everybody. I hope everyone's having a good Friday. I know it's look at me moving around, fucking up with the green screen. I hope everybody is doing well. I would like to start off today by giving a special shout out to the person who left me this comment 6 hours ago. It says, I was gifted a membership which I do not want, but I have been unable to cancel it. I tried everything, including unsubscribing, and nothing works. Please remove me immediately. Well, I can't give them out and I can't retract them. So you'll have to figure that one out yourself. But thank you so much for leaving me a comment like that. That really, I mean, honestly, blessed. That's a great, oh, I did respond. I responded quite kindly. I said, I had to rewrite it though, because I did respond first, maybe a little more snarky than I should have, but I did reply and I said, hey there, sorry that you don't want the gifted membership. You have the option to turn off gifting via YouTube, and I'm sure you can look that up yourself. There's nothing I can do on my end, however. Have a great day. I didn't leave that, but I should have. But I want to say thank you to those who gift memberships to this channel, despite fuckers like that. Also, they left that comment on the community post that I put up about being sick. Ouch. Okay, thanks. Seriously, I would really hope, I wish we could somehow do it, Bill. Like, I wish I was in charge. I wish I was in charge of it, because then I could make sure that they continually got a membership. I would like that, actually. Let me at 'em. Anyways, guys, guess what? It spurred me to get to the gym this morning anyways. I just think it's so funny, like, how much time they spent typing that out versus typing into Google how to turn off gift memberships on YouTube. Like, it's shorter. Try that. Anyways, I hope they got this notification. I hope they came in and saw it. Thank you. Hi, Casey Carey. I don't think it was you that was complaining about getting gift memberships, because you give gifts so nice. Okay, we are watching a very unique case today, you guys. I am still sick, but I'm much better. Much better. Also, that's a great point, Sherry. Like, can you imagine if the biggest problem in your life is that you got a free membership to my channel? And you want to fucking complain about it? Anyways, I think it's a man, MB. Although, let's just recall the last time that MB and I both went off on a channel. That was funny. If you know, you know. Bro. And bro. I can't say, Julie. I couldn't say. Anyways, want to talk about first world problems? Let's fucking go to Thurston, where somebody is suing Tesla. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and hear it, shall we? I think we shall. I think we shall. Also, I have a dinner tonight. That's why I'm sort of rushing through. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's get going.
Will be Mr. Jewell. Come on the Zoom call, and then
Come on the Zoom call, fly on down. Look at his fucking chops. Y'all, what is that on his face? I think I can make his hairstyle. Hold on, I think I can make his hairstyle. Hold on. Okay, we could do top. We're gonna have to do, I'll do this while we watch, okay? Just keep an eye. Keep an eye.
and is it Chavez? Am I saying your name correctly?
Yes, Your Honor.
You're here from Tesla.
Yes.
This is number 9 on the calendar. 37923. Okay. So, Mr. Jewell, I'll hear from you first,
Yes,
and then raise your right hand, please. Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes, Your Honor.
And then you're asking for a judgment in the amount of $4,389 from Tesla. How is it that you're entitled to a judgment?
There is a direct component and an indirect component to that. As I lay out my
Okay.
timeline, I will acknowledge and point to which one is which so that it is clear as possible for you.
I appreciate clarity.
The entirety of this centers around a feature that I purchased in 2019 on my 2017 Tesla vehicle, referred to at the time as full self-driving. I'm going to reference a few exhibits, both from mine and from the defense, because it turns out we agree on a number of the things. I purchased a new Tesla Model X in 2017. At the time, Tesla's website made claims that all vehicles were equipped with the hardware necessary for full self-driving. And I actually want to bring up a
Julie, you're so sweet. Look at you, sending me money even though I look like him. He looks disheveled, like a werewolf mid-transition. Doesn't he look like a werewolf mid-transition? And thank you so much, Julie, for the sick fund. I really appreciate that. Thanks, Streamlabs. I fucking know that. I was trying to click this one. I think I'm gonna take a pill here. Do not insult werewolves, please. Fair enough. Sorry, Barb. Seriously, thank you, Julie, so much. I appreciate that. Does anybody own a Tesla? Actually, we need to sort that out first. Does anybody own a Tesla? I'm amazed. Like, if I only had curly hair and I could make some curls come to the front, I would be so happy. Everybody in my town owns a Tesla. They're also in yoga pyramid schemes and they're vegans, but that's something to talk about a different day. But I'm guaranteeing, I mean, there's got to be like one or two, right? People that own a Tesla. Anyways, so, but let's remember, he bought this Tesla in 2017. That is now 8, 9, 10, is that 8 years ago or 7 years ago? Hi, Carla. Do you like my mutton chops? It's 7. Thank you for checking my math.
exhibit number B from mine, which is on page 2. And I will quote it as well once I bring it up on my end. There. Specifically, I'd like to read, the system is designed to be able to conduct short and long distance trips with no action required by the person.
What page are you on now?
Page 2 should be a clip from the website. It says the description of full self-driving capability.
Okay, hang on just a second. It's possible. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Page 2 is it's the 5th page, but it's numbered page 2. I see. Go ahead.
Yes, it says the system is designed to be able to conduct short and long distance trips with
Tell me
no.
what it says. Mr. Jewell, you don't need to read the whole thing to me.
Perfect. Thank you. Excellent.
right.
I will save both our time.
Summarize what it says and how it supports your position.
Basically, the claim on the website was no action is required by the driver. I have a later exhibit, and actually I can point to the defenses exhibit, which says the same thing. The defenses exhibit says, and I do want to read this because I think this specific text matters as it is done. I just have so many documents open right now. I apologize. That this one was emailed to me. There it is.
So many documents open right now that I forgot to shave this part of my face consistently for probably months. Absolutely months. And ostensibly, I do have mirrors in my home that I see myself in every day.
The description that was in the manual at the time that I traded the car and is still in the manual to this day, as provided by Tesla, says.
You need to be a little bit louder, please.
Sorry,
I'm having
sorry.
trouble hearing you.
Perfect. Thank you for the feedback. The description from Tesla says, full self-driving supervised is a hands-on feature that requires you to pay attention to the road at all times. Keep your hands on the steering wheel at all times. Be mindful of road conditions and surrounding traffic, et cetera, et cetera. Basically, during my ownership of the vehicle, the feature that I had purchased that said no action is required to the driver was unilaterally shifted by Tesla to being what I would effectively describe as driving the car if somebody asked me to drive a car. I paid $2,189 in 2019 for this feature on my existing Tesla vehicle. They enabled it mostly, and this is the indirect part, which I will get to in a moment. And then when they actually delivered the software feature, they had changed the description of it so that it was not what I had purchased in the first place. That's the direct component, the $2,189 for a feature that they changed before they delivered. And so far as I know, there is still no published timeline to deliver it as originally said, even though it doesn't matter to me. At this point, I owned the vehicle for 7 years, but never got value during that 7 years, 5 years of which I had the feature. The indirect part is that the claim on their website was that all hardware that was needed in order to enable full self-driving was included with the car. And they started releasing those software features in October 2020. By the middle of 2022, I had not received any of those features, and I was told by Tesla Service that I had to upgrade the main computer, or MCU, from MCU1 to MCU2. The direct portion of this was $700 plus tax. It's reflected on the invoice, which is my exhibit E. It's on my pages 7 through 10.
Yeah, that's the gist of it, Sherry. He is suing because his car doesn't drive himself. He's mad that he has to have his hands on the steering wheel at the same time. It just seems like something that you would realize isn't a feature on yours. It's like me going to my new phone that's not the newest phone and be like, why aren't all the new Pixel features on it? Because it's not the newest one, Paisley. You're cheap. You got the one behind it. Now, but he paid for the feature as it existed, Shane. He didn't prepay. If I'm not mistaken, He didn't prepay for like one day the car will be self-driving. Who the fuck would do that? Who would do that? Who would lay out thousands of dollars on the promise that one day it will be? Wouldn't you wait?
A portion of that was $200 on my extended service deductible for the upgrade portion, the portion of upgrading the computer that Tesla did not cover the cost of, and $500 to retain a working FM radio, which would have gone away with that computer upgrade had I not paid the additional $500. The indirect portion, that's the direct portion of that part of the claim.
Okay, so we were at $21.89 for the initial cost, $500 for the upgrade.
Yep.
Right?
The total from that invoice with the upgrade and the deductible was $819.
Okay, $819. So you got $21.89 at the outset.
Yep.
An additional $819.
Yep. And
And then-
that completes the direct portion for
Okay.
required hardware upgrades that they didn't tell me about and features that they never delivered. The indirect portion is that I later found out when I went to trade the car that my extended service agreement would have had remaining value, except that the remaining cost of the upgrade was charged against it, zeroing out that value.
Wait a minute, say that again?
So when I purchased I'm going to explain it slightly differently to try and clarify it. When you purchase the extended service agreement, it's purchased for a set amount. That dollar amount runs out over the course of the agreement. It's a 4-year agreement.
Right.
But if there's a remaining amount and I traded when there was a year and a half remaining, you can get it back unless it's been spent on an upgrade or a repair, and it had been spent on that computer upgrade.
So, okay, I'm gonna stop you for a second.
Sure.
So that $21.89 and that $819, that was never any out of pocket for you.
The $21.89 and the $819 were both completely out of pocket for me.
Okay,
The remainder of the $43.89 was not out of pocket. It was value I could not access, and I understand that that is a different sort of thing to say.
okay. So I'm not following, so that extended warranty claim, is that something, I'm not following that. Is that unrelated to these two things, the $21.89 and the $819?
The $819 would have normally been $2,000 plus tax, but Tesla reduced it to $819 by charging a portion of it against my extended service agreement,
I see.
telling me at the time that they were taking care of a portion of the hardware upgrade that was needed for me to get access to the full self-driving software, which at the time was called Full Self-Driving Beta. And they later changed the name to Full Self-Driving Supervised when they...
I'm supervising this, buddy, and I'm calling you a beta, allegedly. I mean, are you not smart enough to know that beta means a program that's not fully laid out yet, that's not rolled out? Jesus Christ.
They changed the description to the description of driving.
Okay. So we got $21.89.
Yep.
18 for this thing. And so then where's the rest of the money that you were claiming for a little over 4,000, as I recall? I don't have it right in front of me right now.
If you add up the cost of the upgrade, had I paid the full cost of the upgrade, which portion of which was paid out of my extended warranty and I could not recover, that would bring the total to $43.89.
Okay.
But as I said, that remaining portion past the $21.89 and the $819 is indirect and was not out of pocket.
Let me hear from Ms. Chavez. Ms. Chavez, could you raise your right hand, please? Do you swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
So I'll hear from you. What's Tesla's or your perspective on what Mr. Jewell is claiming?
Sure. So just by way of background, Your Honor, I just want to, I guess, reference a couple of facts here. First, the subject vehicle was purchased in July 2017. It was a demo vehicle or listed as demo and a used vehicle. This is in the defendant exhibits, page 3 in the upper right-hand corner. It sounds like if you're viewing this, Your Honor, on the computer, it might be PDF page 4.
So where does it?
In the description of the property, the
I
subject
say
vehicle is listed
service
there.
demo vehicle. Got it.
Yes, correct. And if you can see, there were discounts taken as such. So there was like an $18,000 discount on the vehicle. This is all to say that the subject vehicle was not a customized to build vehicle. It came equipped with enhanced autopilot, which is a separate feature from full self-driving, which, as the plaintiff mentioned, was purchased about 2 years into ownership of the vehicle in 2019. So Tesla agrees that the plaintiff paid $2,000 plus tax to put full self-driving capability on the vehicle, and that subsequent upgrades were made to retrofit, again, this 2017 vehicle with the proper 2019 technology. All of that was at no cost. If you look in the plaintiff's exhibits, what he included there appears to be an upgrade for an infotainment, the infotainment center of the media. It's essentially the center of the console where you touch the screen. It's like you think of it as an iPad, but there's no reference of any out-of-pocket costs paid for any upgrade. So I'm not quite sure. Tesla's not quite sure in by which there's any claim for damages, since the upgrade was completed for free with the purchase of full self-driving. With respect to the features itself, it's very clear that all of the published material on full self-driving, including that in the owner's manual, states that this is a driver assist feature. This is not an autonomous vehicle feature. I understand that plaintiff's interpretation of that snippet from, I can't really authenticate the source of where this was taken. It's his interpretation that this is meaning to say that the vehicle can drive itself without any input, but the owner's manual and all published material on Tesla's website and support page regarding FSD is very clear that, again, this is a driver assistance feature and not a fully autonomous, hands off the wheel. The driver has no responsibility to maneuver the vehicle when you step in. That's just not what the feature is.
Did he get what he paid for when he paid that $21.89?
Yes. Well, Your Honor, if we're looking at the service records, there is no record of, during the 7-year ownership of this vehicle, it being brought into service to diagnose any concerns regarding
No,
full
I'm
self-driving.
asking if he
Yes.
got the product. Again, he paid $21.89.
Yes.
And so what'd he get for that?
So the vehicle was configured. So it's a software, Your Honor. So it's the software compatibility is pushed over the air, which was completed, and then the computer was upgraded to accommodate full self-driving, because, again, this was a 2017 vehicle and the purchase for full self-driving was made in 2019. So the software was pushed to the vehicle, and then the necessary hardware was upgraded at no cost to the plaintiff to receive the benefit of full self-driving.
So that car had it.
Yes, Your Honor. In fact, when the plaintiff
You'll
resold
get
the
a
vehicle,
chance there, Mr. Jewell. Let me let her finish.
Thank you.
when the vehicle was resold in May, it appears to be a private sale. The person that purchased the vehicle today, Your Honor, is still equipped with full self-driving and has the benefit of the extended service agreement. So, again, that's all to say that adds to the value of whatever the vehicle was sold for. The plaintiff received what he purchased.
Mr. Jewell, you wanted to say something.
Yes. Tesla claims that the MCU2 upgrade was not required. I made that upgrade in 2022. I also provided Exhibit J, which is a news article from August 2024, saying that Tesla vehicles with the original MCU1 computer provided in vehicles manufactured before mid-2018 were finally getting the full self-driving supervised feature. So Tesla was quite happy to take my money in 2019 on a 2017 vehicle and then take my money in 2022 to get.
Oh my God. I really hope each and every one of these people, well, I can tell you right now. Bob's probably fine with his membership. Lucy's probably fine with the membership. Jay, Tiona Miller, and Bonsai. I hope you all like it. If you don't, well, I don't know what to tell you. Thank you, Julie. You're so sweet. I love it. I love it. Also, yes, those are sideburns, Martha. Let me, sorry. God, what am I losing my touch here? I gotta continue when he speaks, I have to be wearing matching sideburns. Okay, now we're ready. Also, he doesn't even own the car anymore. He sold it. What kind of idiot buys a used Tesla? No offense. Okay, let's go.
Get access to a feature they hadn't yet rolled to vehicles until 2024. So yes, there were other hardware upgrades made to the vehicle, and I actually don't dispute the facts on that one. I had 2 other visits to Tesla for them to make hardware upgrades that were necessary to access the early version of the full self-driving feature. They were done at no cost to me,
Okay.
except for the driving and the time, and I am not attempting to claim those. That feels petty and unnecessary to me.
Okay, so she's telling me you got what you paid for. And you're saying, yeah, I mean, is that true or not?
the language on the website is pretty plain to me. She claims that I am misinterpreting it. I don't understand how I would have misinterpreted all you will need to do is get in and tell your car where to go. That's a very plain statement, and it's very different than what is in the updated owner's manual now.
Okay,
And
so Ms. Chavez, again, respond to that last bit there.
It's the plaintiff's interpretation. All other documentation, part of the binding contracts, the owner's manual, everything on Tesla's support page clearly states that this is a driver. Even if that's the plaintiff's interpretation of that language, nowhere in that paragraph does it say that this is a fully autonomous feature explicitly, Your Honor. I mean, the plaintiff can continue to make inferences of the language, but I mean, it does not say that this is a fully autonomous feature.
Okay, and take me back, Mr. Jewell, to that paragraph you're referencing.
I'm referencing this paragraph. It's my Exhibit B. This was clipped from the Tesla website as published in July 2017 when I purchased the vehicle. Though Tesla claims that I purchased a used vehicle, this is a really interesting interpretation since their paperwork says new as the first word on the.
Bro, that's an easy thing to figure out. I've sold cars. I've worked at car dealerships for many years. When you buy a vehicle that was used in the service department for people, while it may be considered new as in there was no previous owner, it's gonna have miles on it. And so if you got an 18K discount, believe me, they're not giving those on new Teslas, bro. They're just not. They don't discount Teslas at all. So the only way you can get the discount is by getting a pre-owned one or a used one. That's just exactly how it works. So, like, you can buy a car with. Here's the thing. When I worked at Volkswagen, how it worked is that every single Volkswagen that arrived to the dealership, brand new off the truck, had like less than 20 miles on it. Okay? But all of them had some on it. And that's because part of what Volkswagen's policy was is that they tested every car that came off the line. Now, most car dealerships, or most car manufacturers and American ones, they don't test every car on a track. They just don't. That's not part of what they do. So you can get indeed cars that have very little mileage on them. Just driving from the back to, from the factory onto the truck and then into the dealership, you might have, a mile or two. But, again, it just doesn't make any sense. Sorry, something's happening. And you can have cars move from lot to lot, but the reality is, if it was a service vehicle that was used in the service department and they discounted 18K, it had miles on it.
The vehicle, and their website at the time, which I didn't clip because I didn't know they were going to make this claim, said that all vehicles leaving their factory had all of the hardware necessary for full self-driving. Also, there is a significant item in that clip from the website, which I had just forgot to mention up until now, that I don't believe Tesla has ever delivered, and certainly had not delivered by the time I traded the vehicle. It says, when you arrive at your destination, simply step out at the entrance and your car will enter park seek mode, automatically search for a spot, and park itself. That has never been delivered in any form. The only closely related feature has been one where you can guide the car yourself remotely via your phone.
Your Honor, if I may.
In a minute. Go ahead there, ma'am.
Statute of limitations aside, on a breach of warranty claim for a purchase that was made in 2017, again, I think we have to just look at the facts that if there was a concern regarding the function of FSD and the plaintiff had a concern of said function while he owned the vehicle for 7 years, I guess I'm at a loss as to understand why the vehicle was never brought in for diagnosis of the software. If plaintiff felt that he wasn't receiving what he paid for, there's no service record of expressing any concern regarding, following the purchase of full self-driving, that it was inoperable or not functioning as he thought it would prior to the purchase. This is all coming 7 years later after the vehicle has been sold. So the timing is quite curious.
Okay. So when, ma'am, how does this function work? I've never even been in a Tesla, let alone drive one. And I don't know anyone who has one. And so, but how does this work, this function? He's saying, well, it should have been full self-driving. You're saying, well, no, look at the literature, which I've seen. It says, assisted and stuff like that. Just tell me how it works.
Sure. So, I mean, in a nutshell, I don't, and full disclosure, I'm not an engineer. So I'm going to explain it in layman's
Neither
terms.
am I.
I'm going to explain it in layman's terms. Full self-driving comes with two specific features. Again, this is a build off of enhanced autopilot. So that was a configuration that this vehicle was already equipped with. Full self-driving adds the capability of auto steering on city streets and traffic and stop sign control. So again, these are driver assistance features. The driver is still required to have their hands on the wheel, as again, as all of the publication documents. But it's more of a, I guess you can think of it, again, in layman's terms, as an elevated cruise control. You input as the driver where you're trying to go, and then the vehicle will navigate on your behalf. But again, this doesn't absolve the driver from removing their hands from the steering wheel. In fact, the owner's manual clearly states at any time. Go ahead.
Well, if I get in there, can I, like this thing says, can I say like, yeah, take me to, I don't know, home? And then will it go there? But will it go there by itself? But you just have to keep hands on the steering wheel and be watching?
Assuming
Then
a
I
full,
still,
go
as opposed to like a Waymo that.
But here's the problem is that Teslas are not autonomous vehicles. They're just not. I've seen the, Teslas picking people up in parking lots lately, but we're in 2024. Okay? if you are, and we're still not there. I feel like if you were foolish enough to purchase something that wasn't there, like, why would you buy a software update that didn't do what you thought it would do? Like, I really don't understand that. I've been in a Tesla, and they're, like I said, they're all over my fucking town. And we have a Tesla dealership here now, which is apparently hiring. But yeah, I don't know. His you know, what is the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. Anyways, the fact that he has sideburns like that really makes me question his judgment. That's what I was trying to say.
I was in San Francisco over the summer on a vacation, and I see these Waymos driving around with no one in the driver's seat. And that's different, right?
Yes, Your Honor, it's absolutely different. Waymo
Okay,
is an
but again-
autonomous vehicle. Yes.
Okay. But self-driving is, it can navigate to, like my home, for example, and then, but it has a lot more supervision. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, Your Honor, assuming full self-driving is engaged and all other conditions are met, such as your hands on the steering wheel, all of the cameras being properly cleaned. There's no, you know, I don't know, sometimes consumers put wraps or the tinting is too dark. Assuming the conditions are met to comply with the engagement of full self-driving, yeah. Yes, that's how it works, but it is in no way an autonomous vehicle like Waymo, as you described.
All right. So, Mr. Jewell, I'll give you the final word here.
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just while he gives his final word, I will invoke my mutton chops to give him the respect that he deserves. The mutton chop respect that he deserves. Yeah. There we go. Let's get going. Yeah.
I think when Tesla's website, both in 2017 when I bought the vehicle, and 2019 when I bought the full self-driving option, makes claims as bold as all you will need to do is get in and tell your car where to go, and with no action required by the person in the driver's seat. And then the representative from Tesla years later says, when asked to describe it, it's basically an advanced cruise control. I think that's exactly the point I'm sitting on. If they had sold it in the first place as an advanced cruise control, I would have made a different decision. And in fact, I did. I bought enhanced autopilot, which was described as a driver attention feature.
So this feature, as she described it, I mean, were you able to take advantage of that? You know,
I tried it several times. The most recent time that I tried it before I sold my vehicle, which actually was a trade-in, and they didn't give me any value for the feature. The most recent time I tried it, a few seconds after I engaged it, it sped up to 42 miles an hour in a 25-mile-an-hour zone. I have video of it doing this. I did not enter it with the court because I didn't think we'd be getting into this minutia. The second time I tried it was, in fact, navigating to my home and taking the left turn into the neighborhood. It gave me a screaming red screen that said, "Take over immediately," despite my hands being on the wheel. As far as I could tell, it's years from happening or never happening. And I think the market has confirmed that.
Ms. Chavez, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So my ruling in this case as follows, Mr.
Oh, I caught you just before, so I'm going to ask you folks to put your guesses in the chat. Fuck. What is, probably shouldn't be vaping, duh. What is going to happen here with Blue Eyes Mutton Chop? Also, he upgraded to another Tesla. Bro, did you not figure it out? Not the car for you. right? That's my theory on it. Oh, we have a dissenting view here. I mean, Julie has the view that most of us have, and we're thinking, guilty. Send him to jail. Tase him on the way. Make Keith pay. Mutton Chops wins. Shirtless Dad, we can always count on you to say something. All right, let's see. Let's see. No, that can't be true, Courtney, because it rains here all the time and the Teslas are fine. No Teslas are blowing up here, but it doesn't get hot here, ever. So maybe that's the reason why they're fine here. Oh, obviously, all the chicks. All the chicks. I hope he gets a free membership to my channel and comes and complains about it.
Jewel bought a car, a Tesla, and it had the feature, again, you're right. I shouldn't have showed that. For enhanced autopilot, and then relying on a screenshot from full self-driving capacity. All you need to do is go in and tell your car where to go, and then that feature that he purchased was in fact included. And I did, the difference between, a completely self-autonomous vehicle, like I say, the Waymo example, where I looked through the publications from both the website's snapshot that Mr. Jewell submitted, as well as some of the other documentation from owner's manual and so forth. And I could see how the phrasing, one could think it might be autonomous, but I could also see that, it actually did do what was supposed to do, what it was advertised to do. And so based on all of that, Mr. Jewell, I'm not going to find by a preponderance of the evidence that you proved your case against Tesla. I'll find for the defense. There won't be a judgment entered and the case will be dismissed, and that'll conclude the hearing for today.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Now, let's discuss. Hi, Blue Strat Dude. Carol, what's going on? We got the big D here again on the Tesla case. I think the 2 inches under the chin could connect if he wanted it to. I think he could. It could. I mean, if you can conceive it and you can believe it, then you can achieve it. I mean, I can achieve it in mere moments. A connected undercarriage. But not everybody is as versatile as me, I would say. Losing viewers by the second. Peace out, A-Town. No, seriously. In reality, though, I know this is going to be a short. My hair actually looks pretty good like this. Like, it's like a mock updo or something. I don't know. It's got so much hair. Look at that. Jesus Christ. Anyways, where's dinner? Courtney, I answered you earlier, but you must not have understood. Shay Paisley is for dinner. And that's me making dinner. No, it's okay. But I ain't balling out yet, so we're not going anywhere for dinner. I am making dinner, but I am going to be back tomorrow. I've just found out I will have the kitchen available tomorrow. And so I think we will redo our something in the kitchen. We'll cook something in the kitchen tomorrow. So I hope you join me there. I do. That's what I hope. Oh, also, special message for you. If you don't want to be part of this channel, I guess don't watch. I don't even know what to say. A little bit of a funny comment there, but again, I don't control the memberships that get given out by lovely people like Julie. She does, though. So if you want to complain, go straight over to Julie and let her know via an email. No, I'm just joking. Yeah, Courtney's got it right. Courtney has it right. If you don't want to be a part of this channel, seriously, guys, I love you so much. I really appreciate... Oh, do you? Could you get me a good table? Could you? Yeah, seriously. If you, I was in the middle of it, and now I'm forgotten it. Anyways, apparently I'm still a little sick. I'm still a little sick. A little sicky. Let's all pray for a live chase. I'll say this. If a live chase pops off tonight, and the boys from the East Coast don't get on it, I may indeed, if my dinner is done. Can I give a shout out for my channel I love? Sure. What channel is it, Julie? Or am I your channel that you love? Anyways, I'll try and get on if a live chase pops off tonight. So if you live in California and you really want to see me, then get in your car and start doing something illegal. Don't actually do that. That's a joke. Don't forget it. Anyways, I hope that you have a great rest of your evening. Remember that I love you. I'm proud of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Ways down and ready to ride.